Today guys, I'll be showing you my entire cars collection. I have over 100 cars, so I'd say we should get started with the Radiator Springs crew. So first up we have Lightning McQueen. And I like this one because he's really metallic and nice. And then we got Mater. Gold tow cable. Then we got Doc Hudson. I really like the fabulous Hudson Hornet logo, that's cool. Then we got Flo. Like that on the back right there. Then we got Ramon. Now do note that this is a color changer, but there are like a billion variants of Ramon, so I'm sure it's not an issue. And then we got Lizzie, based off of the Ford Model T. Then this is Sarge. Got a spare tire on the back and the badge right there. Nice. Then we got Fillmore. Got a bunch of logos on him and stuff. Nice. Then we got Sally. Carrera right there, that's cool. Then we got the Porsche logo right there. Then we got Sheriff. Then we got Luigi. Has cool white wool tires, that's why I like him. And a cool 95 logo, that's cool. And then we got Guido. Pretty much the same as Luigi. And he has lifters right here. And then we got Red. So we got like everything on him. We got the gauges. Got the ladder, though it's not functional. And Radiator Springs Fire Department. Awesome. So these are all my Cars 1 veteran racers. So here is Chuck Armstrong. Then we got Ernie Gearson. I really like the Leaf, by the way. That's cool. Got all the Piston Cup sponsors there. Then we got Billy Oil Changer. His sponsor is Octane Gain. Then we got Floyd Mulvihill. Like the contrast of colors. Then we got Mac iCar. He's the only car to have a real company as a sponsor, Apple. That's cool. And then we got Kevin Racing Tire. His number is 35. Then we got Manny Flywheel. Sponsors N2O Cola. I really like the highlighter green. Then this is Aiken Axler. Nice. Then we got Dale Earnhardt Jr. Probably one of my favorite Piston Cup racers. Number is 8, just like the real racer. Then this is Todd Marcus. Pretty cool. Then we got Dirksen D'Agostino. Very cool. His number is 34. Then we got Strip Weathers, aka the King. He's actually based off of a real-life race car model. That's cool. And then we got Davey Apex right here. His number is 84, just like McQueen car. And his sponsor is Revolting. I like the contrast of colors. That's cool. And then we got Claude Scruggs. His number is 52, and his sponsor is Leakless. Even there's like a slogan there. That's cool. And then we got Chick Hicks. I didn't have enough room for him. Sorry guys, but still very cool. His number is 86, and his sponsor is HTB. Very cool. These are all my Cars 3 veteran racers. So we have Cal Weathers. He's the successor to Strip Weathers. Then we got Speedy Comet, numbers 21. Like the slogan behind the spoiler. Then we got Terry Cargus. Sponsors Triple Dent Gum. Interesting. Then we got Tommy Highbanks, one of my favorite because he just has a lot of detail on him, like the forest, the tire marks. Very cool. And his sponsor is Fall Wheel Drive, I think. I think that's how you pronounce it. But then we have Bobby Swift. He's the successor to Billy Oil Changer, and his number is 19. And he's purple instead of yellow. And these are all my next gens. So first up we have Chris Roman. Nice. Then we got Conrad Camber. Number is 82. Then we got the Easy Idol Racer. I like the contrast of colors, that's cool. And then we got Glow in the Dark Chase Race Lot. His number is 24, and his sponsor is Vitaline. Cool. And then we got Eric Breaker. His number is 5. I like the hexagons on his body. That's cool. And then we got Tim Treadless. Like the second successor to Aiken Axor. And then we got Cam Spinner, the successor to Terry Cargus. And then we got Brian Inside Laney. He's the successor to Speedy Comet, number 21. Then we got Danny Swerves, the successor to Bobby Swift. He looks a lot more futuristic and such. Awesome. And then we got Jonas Carvers, the next-gen no-stall racer. Looks kind of similar to Todd Marcus. And then we got Barry DePedal. Interesting. And then we got H.J. Hollis. He's the N2O Koa number 68 next gen racer. Pretty cool. His colors are very vibrant. And then we got Richie Gunzit, next gen gas burn racer. Cool. And then we have Jim Reverick. Sponsor is Carbon Cyber. A 6.7 right there. Pretty cool. And then we got Spiky Phillips, the next-gen Will Torquey Piston Racer. But he doesn't look futuristic because of these things right here. But still good. Then we got Jackson Storm. Probably one of my favorite next-gens in terms of appearance. His number is 20. And I like the storm icon there. That's cool. but I like nothing else about him really. And then we got Noah Gossek. What shade right there? And then we got the next gen vinyl Tope racer. Like the grid icons right there, like the detail. And then we got the glow-in-the-dark Dan Garcia next gen gaskets racer. And then finally our last racer is Aaron Clocker, next gen revolting racer. And his number is 48. But then last but not least, we have the Noah Gossek Tractor Edition. I got him like a few weeks ago as of June 2026. Very cool. Next we have the Piston Cup official. So here is Charlie Checker. He's the pace car you see in Cars 1. Then we got Dexter Hoover, a truck that waves the flag in the races in Cars 1. I don't know his or her name, but just another Piston Cup official. Then we got Tex Dynaco, the CEO of Dynaco. I like the metallic gold, the horns right here, and the cowl spots up here. And I even like the tires, they're literally silver. And then we got Daryl Cartrip, the one who hosts all the race. Boogity, boogity, boogity right there. And then it's number 17. And I really like the flames too, that's cool. And he's also silver. Now these are all the World Grand Prix racers. So here we have World Grand Prix Lightning McQueen. And there's a logo here as an honorable mention to Doc. Then we got Francesco Bernoulli, the Formula 1 race car. His number is 1, that's cool. Then we got Jeff Gorvette. Cool American flag there. It's actually based off of Jeff Gordon. And then we got Lewis Hamilton. I like the yellow strips and the yellow tire rim. That's really cool. Awesome. Then we got Raul Carul. Now this is the carbon fiber version, but it's alright. But it's still cool. And then we got the carbon fiber version of Max Chanel, but still it's the same logos and whatnot, stuff like that. Very cool. And then we got Carla Veloso. Kind of actually reminds me of Noah Gossek a little bit, but except she just has fancy logos on her and stuff. And then we got Rip Kluczkonski. I like the colors on him. It's very cool. Then we got Nigel Gearsley. I like the flames right there. Got a cool spoiler. Then we got Shu Todoroki, the Japanese racer. The spoiler kind of reminds me of a Tori. His number is 7. Yeah, well, very cool. And then we got Miguel Camino. That's a lot of fancy logos on him. But it does look like the Spain flag, so that's cool. And then note that this is not a World Grand Prix racer. He's only shown in the Swedish version of Cars 2, but this is Flash Nilsson. He's got like Swedish symbols on him and stuff. And by the texture of the surface, I can confirm that he's carbon fiber or something like that. So these are the rest of the Cars 2 spies and villains. So we have Finn McMissile, very cool. Like the color, everything about him. And then we got Holly Shiftwell. I like the car model, I like the tire design, and also the color. Very cool. Then we got Miles Axelrod. I only like him because he has like solar panels and stuff like that. But on his behavior and stuff, no, not really too special. But then we have Gremlin. I like him because of the designs right here. But nothing too special other than that. Then we just have another Pacer. I like the contrast between tan and brown. That's cool. Interesting. And then we got just a trunk off. Not anything really too special. So here are just some extra cars. So we have Snot Rod. I like the big tire in the back. Also like the engine. Then we got DJ. I like the music player in the back. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah. Then we got Wingo. I like the large spoiler on the back. You know, that's cool. And also the contrast between dark purple and green. And then we got Boost. And then we got Boost. Like the flames in the back right there. Also the spoiler. It's also made out of carbon fiber. And then we got Maddie McGear's mom. Nothing really special. But then we got Maddie McGear. She's like a kid who's a huge fan of Lightning McQueen. We got 2 lightning bolts and a flag right here with 95 on it. Then we just have another generic car wearing like a Piston Cup hat or something. And then just this pole right here. Nothing too special. And then we got like another car that I guess is just a fan of the king. And then we got just like a car with a microphone. I don't know his name. Pretty generic. Nothing really that good, really. But then we got Jet Robinson. He was an old Piston Cup racer that used to compete with Doc Hudson. His number is 17. Cool. Then we got Cruz Ramirez. Now, I wouldn't say she's a racer or like a next gen at least. And that's why I didn't put her in the next gens category. But she's still pretty cool. She's the new phase of Dynaco. And her number is 51. But she still is like next gen tires and stuff. It's cool. Then we got Datch Jammin. He's actually from Cars on the Road. The texture is kind of interesting. His number is 8. I wonder what this thing is on the back. He's like one of the fastest cars in the world, like in the Cars universe. But then we have glow-in-the-dark Jackson Storm. Has the same logos and whatnot, other than he just has like a tape or whatever on him that makes him glow in the dark. Still very cool though. And then we have like a Patey who waved the flag. In Doc's old days, you know. This thing on the back is cool. And then we got just a janitor from the Rusty's Racing Center. Nothing too special. But then we got a Dynaco Pity. I like the contrast between orange and blue. And I also like this that lifts things up, obviously. Now we have the different McQueen variants. So this is the half Dynaco and Rusty's McQueen. I like the thing right there. It's cool. Then we got a Rusty's Racing Center Lightning McQueen. Nothing really too special. He's also plastic, and I got him a few years ago, so like the logos are ripped up and stuff. Yeah, not really that interesting. Then we just have another plastic Lightning McQueen that like came from a playset. Not really interesting. But then we got glow-in-the-dark Lightning McQueen. He has the same logos as the Cars 3 Rusty's Lightning McQueen, except that they just have the ability to do glow-in-the-dark, stuff like that. But same logos, everything like that. On this Lightning McQueen, I do like the yellow rim around the tires. That's cool. Then we got Cars 1 Lightning McQueen. The one that we all know and love. Nice. Then we got Cars on the Road Lightning McQueen. He's very clean and stuff like that. I like how the lightning bolt fades. But not really too much. I don't really watch Cars on the Road a lot anyway. But then we got Dinoco Lightning McQueen. This is probably my favorite variant. Because, like, look at the tires. They have the Piston Cup on them. This Lightning McQueen is also very clean, similar to the Radiator Springs one. Yeah, very cool. So here are all my haulers. So this is Mac. Very cool. This is Mac's hauler. I like how Lightning McQueen is on the side. This is the back. It opens like that. Very cool. Then we got Gil Buford. He's very heavy, actually. But he's still very cool. Look at that. Wow. And then here's Gil's hauler. Storm logo right there is impressive. This is the back. There it opens. We got diamond plates. And then, hey, we got like a little bit of the interior right there. It's cool. This is the other side and the back. And then we got Wally Hauler. This is the Walmart truck. He's not shown in the movies, but is still a replica to the one in real life. As you can see right here. Yeah, well, very cool. So these are all my planes and helicopters. So this is El Chew. I like the mask. And I like how big the propeller is. That's cool. And then we got Dusty Cropopper. If you watch Planes, then we all know that he's the main character of the movie. Awesome. Then we got Skipper Riley. He's like a military plane from the 1940s. His number is 7. Cool. Then we got Rip Slinger. I like how the two propellers overlap each other. That's cool. His number is 13. I like the flames and the contrast between black and green. That's cool. Then we got a Shawnee. That's cool. And then I don't know this plane's name, but I know he competed in the racing planes. But still pretty cool. I like the checkered flags, stuff like that. Then we got Vanderbird. He's the Dutch racer seen in Planes. Nice. Then we got Bulldog. He's the British racer in Planes. I like the two propellers on him. Very cool. And then we got Rotor Turbosky. He's actually from Cars 1. He's the Dinoco helicopter that we all know and love. And the rotors even spin. That's cool. So now we have my 2 space diecasts. By the way, these are the 2 rarest diecasts I actually got. So first we have Moon Mater. That's the NASCO logo because that's the Cars version of the company NASA. Then we got the 2 thrusters right there, a golden tow cable, we got the helmet. Yeah, very cool. And then we got Roger Space Shuttle. He is plastic, but I'm just gonna use diecast to make things sound better. That's his name right there, Roger, with the American flag. Then we got the engines in the back, got the wings, stuff. And then the payload right here even opens up. So here we got all the gauges, dials, whatnot, and then we got a screen right there. Yeah, very cool. Guys, if you do want to see more of Roger's Space Shuttle and Moon Mater, make sure to check out the one where Chick Hicks gets sent to the moon. It's pretty awesome, and I think you're going to love it. If you're curious, this is how all my diecasts look when they're right next to each other. Now, that completes my showcase for today. If you liked this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads. Guys, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.